Good evening, everybody. It is the 7th of November 2018, and that day we've been waiting for a long time in the Xbox, ever since release 1.0 all those weeks ago, has arrived. What I'm talking about here is the arrival of custom games on Xbox One. Now, before we do that, let's talk about that. Let's just go through some of the notes for the big patch that dropped today. I say big patch, it was only about 3 gigabytes, so if you haven't downloaded it already, it doesn't take too long. Now, the first thing they've added, which you can probably see up in the top right hand corner of the screen here, is survival rewards. And I guess this is kind of taking over from the Sanhok Pass we had, that battle pass, the event pass they called it, didn't they, which was running for, did it run for a month, did it, or 3 weeks? Celebrating the release of Xbox 1.0 and the Sanhok map. And what it looks like is you have your daily missions and your weekly missions, which earn you XP, and that XP then goes towards you leveling up your survivor level. And I guess once you get to 10,000, you'll get a crate with something in it. Great. So what sort of missions? So daily missions: use a first aid kit that gives us 1,500 points. Get 3 kills using a sniper rifle or a designated marksman rifle. Deal 500 damage to enemies. Not too bad. And the weekly missions: get 10 kills using an assault rifle. That shouldn't be too difficult. Get 5,000 points for that. Gosh. Kill 3 enemies with headshots. 5,000 XP. Win a chicken dinner. 5,000 XP. Play for 450 minutes, get 8,000 XP, 450 minutes, so 10, it's probably about 15 games, isn't it? Survive at least 20 minutes, get 10,000 XP for that. Yes, that's very interesting, very interesting. I'm amazed that they give you so few points for getting a chicken dinner. Think about how hard it is. Actually, saying that, if you play squads, it's not that difficult to get chicken dinner, is it? So I can see that, but if it should be different points for solo squads and duos, I think. Interesting. It's a way of keeping us playing. It's a little bit disappointing that you don't see what you might win. You know, one of the good things about the event pass was that you could see, you know, at level 10, at level 20, at level 30, I would get these things, and you could work towards those. But this one's free. Interesting. So yeah, we'll have a look at that. What else do they say? So they've added the supply system, earn XP through playtime and completing missions. So you earn points for just surviving anyway, and even watching your friends. Now, they've added some skins. So if we go in the store, we now have, you can spend your hard-earned cash on the Suicide Squad collection, or, you know, the Joker and Harley Quinn, or the little bits for them. Now, if you want to play as Harley Quinn, that's going to cost you 2,500 G coins. So shall we see how much that costs? And the Joker is 2,000. So let's see how much 2,500 G coin costs to buy. Well, 2,300 is £15. Both of them. That would be 4,300 G coin, wouldn't it? Ooh. So you'd probably have to get, say you bought 2 of those. That's £30. So to get the Joker, it's going to cost you £15. That's a lot of money for a skin, isn't it? I mean, you can buy their stuff separately if you wanted to. But I don't know. See, if, again, you've got to wonder. I'm really sorry to sound a little bit negative about PUBG, but you wonder who makes these decisions about making this stuff so expensive. Maybe that's so it stays rare. I don't know. But you think, say you could buy both of them for £10. Or they're a £5 each. You're starting to get into kind of reasonable territory there. I mean, if they were, say, £2.50 each, or £5 for both, you'd definitely pull the trigger, wouldn't you? But, you know, spending £15 on just on an outfit, especially if you play first person, you're never ever going to get to see it, are you? But anyway, it's good diversity for the game. And then, right, let's go and have a look at custom matches, because this is the really interesting thing. So when you go to play now, you can click on custom match, and you can choose to play normal mode, which is battle royale, or war mode. Then if you go into normal mode, you can see all the servers here. and you've got the name of the game, what map it's on, what region they're in, how many players per team, perspective, and then players. And then you could choose to join one. So you just click on it, and then you have to wait for it to fill up to get to the minimum, and then for the person who's in charge, so fresh 3/30/2019, to say yes, go, and that will then start the game. Yeah, I don't want to play that. Let's come out. And then you've got war mode as well, which is a similar sort of thing. You can choose the server you want to go for. You could search using the search box at the bottom for a particular name. If your group of friends, or maybe your Discord or your Reddit group have got particular ones, it's good. And then you can also, if you press Y, you can create your own custom game. So let's let's look at what you can do. So I'm not really interested in creating custom battle royales, but I tell you what is interesting about creating a custom battle royale. You can choose whichever map you want, perspective as you'd expect. You can go down to, let's have a look, what's the minimum you can have? So you could play, there we go, a royale on Erangel with 32 players, but with 10 teams, with teams of 10. So you could change that to, oh, we've got to do it in twos. Okay, bit odd. Okay, so you can have 4 teams of 10 playing on Erangel, a battle royale. That would be cool. Teams of 10 is really cool. Squads of 10. Imagine them running around. You know, everybody in vehicles. It'd be like saying Mad Max. You can change the weather, and you can make it so anybody can join, or just your friends. In the middle, we've got the default settings, so we could set to that, or 45 mode, which you might remember from customs, from modes where you ran around with Tommy guns, Win 95s, that sort of thing on Sandhook. If we go to war mode, down here we could create a game. Again, we can have the default settings, or we can make up our own one, choose whichever map we want, what perspective, how many players. So, you know, we could have war mode with just 16 players, or war mode with 100 players. Gosh, that would be that would be mental. And then we can have teams of 10, or individuals. So war mode, 100 players, whether sunny or rainy, whatever you want, public. So again, it's interesting. I tried to get into some custom games earlier, and you get in, but nobody seemed to be pressing the trigger to want to play, or maybe they were having to wait, because I guess there's only so many slots that that PUBG have got, that Bluehole have got on the servers. So we'll see. Now, they do say in the notes, you may experience short instances of hitching in the custom match lobby when assigning or moving teams. All that sort of stuff. Now, and the final 2 things in the patch notes for this patch are performance optimized texture streaming to reduce hitching. I've never heard of hitching. Fix the bug where upon completing a match in training mode, you would receive 2 wins that counted towards Game Hub stats. So, that's it really. So I'll tell you what, before we go, let's just see if we can get into a game of war. So this is a good one. So Erangel, default settings. Let's join this match. Right, okay, it's full. So let's refresh it. That game's full. How about this one? Right. Now, so there's 24 players. So presumably at this point, the Rico, who owns this game, should be hitting the button to start. So let's just give it a minute or so. And while we're waiting, let's kind of discuss a couple of little things. So PUBG on Xbox is free to play this weekend, which is good. So if you've got any friends who haven't played it already, tell them to download it and play it that way. And also, the rumours are pretty solid. Oh, here we go. We're going in. That PUBG is coming out on PlayStation 4 next month, because it'll be a year since it's been out on Xbox. And the idea is that maybe Microsoft bought a year's worth of exclusivity, but that's now run out. So that's very exciting, especially for me, someone who owns a PlayStation 4. And the PlayStation 4, no doubt about it, is more powerful than the Xbox One S anyway, and the Xbox One OG. And obviously the game that PlayStation's going to be getting is the optimised compared to what it was one. Oh, we're going in. Right. Now, what's going to be interesting about this war mode... Oh, right. Oh, nice. So we're on Erangel. What weapons we get? because this isn't overpowered. So I don't know what weapon we're going to randomly come in as. Can we look at any stats on it? Right, okay. But this custom games is good. We want the ability to play war, don't we? Regularly. You want to be able to, on a Thursday night, just fire up war with your friends or with randoms and run around just shooting people and respawning and shooting people and respawning, rather than having to play a full game battle royale. Mainly to increase your accuracy and your gun skills, and then to maybe dive into a battle royale after it as well. Or, and I'm more coming to kind of realise this than I used to, is that gameplay loop of playing a respawn game and then playing battle royale is very attractive, because I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and I love playing the multiplayer and then jumping into the battle royale blackout and then going back to the multiplayer, that sort of thing. Right, here we go. So what weapons will we drop with? Right, is anybody choosing somewhere where we should drop? I'm trying to think where this is. This is... I want to drop there, do they? Okay, I'll agree. Not weird. I'm never quite sure why we have to have this long plane ride before we get to the circle, and I don't really. Why do they load in all of the map? You know, why do they load all of this in? They don't need to. Just load in the 4 or 5 war areas. But again, I don't want to be negative. The problem I've got is that I've been playing a lot of Blackouts. And Blackout, although it has its faults, is incredibly smooth, incredibly quick, and works really well on the Xbox One and the PlayStation. Right, so what weapons have we got? I look like I have got a Vector. What's on it? A red dot. Great. Great. Right, I've got to remember to set it to fully auto as soon as I land. This is where I think you should be able to choose your class before you get in. You know, choose your 416, choose your AK. Why would anybody choose Foggy? I suppose it stops sniping a little bit, doesn't it? Right, in we go. Seems to be running very smoothly there. Burst. Auto. Level 1 vest. One grenade. I tell you what, this is running very, very smoothly. Oh, reload. Oh, reload. What do you mean there's no ammunition? Ugh. Right, let's see what weapon we dive in with next. I think we knocked someone dead. Ooh, Uzi. Where is everybody? We're all parachuting in, aren't we? Set it to auto. Ugh. Give me your ump. Reload. Oh, was I set to single fire then? I think I was, wasn't I? Got a few kills though, which is nice. It's because I'm a bit rusty. When I was trying to kill. Oh, that's not very nice. To kill people when they're in the positions. Got an Uzi again. Let's meet up with these guys. Supply crate that's coming out. Oh dear. Right, I've got an Uzi again. Ooh, I'm gonna go in the blue. Nothing in these places. Ah, M249. Another Uzi. Oh dear. Well, that was kind of fun. So there we go. So that was a custom game of PUBG in war mode. As you see, we were on Erangel. We had kind of normal weapons, which is submachine guns. I was kind of hoping you'd be able to customize what weapons people spawned in with, but I couldn't see any options for that at all. But this has been PUBG update patch 3 for the 1.0 full release. So yeah, let's give it a go. It'd be really good to see some custom Discord games where we can all dive in, and have, I think the minimum number of players is 10. So we could have a war mode free for all with 10 players, I guess, which should be quite interesting. But download the update for yourself, get stuck in, and see what you think. Oh right, yeah, Colonel Ping's in the chat. Hi, Colonel. Yeah, Uzi overload. Yeah, that's right, wasn't it? It was a bit of a shame it was just as Uzis and umps. Wouldn't mind having a 416 just to get a bit of range, get a bit away. But anyway, we'll see what happens. I imagine there's going to be lots of tweaking and changes. Let's just see. I didn't miss anything, did I? So if we create a game, and you create a game of war, yeah, there's no options about what weapons to use, is there? Anyway, but check it out yourself. I'm sure we're going to have lots of fun. Good fun for practicing, and as I say, I'm really excited about the fact that PUBG is coming. We're pretty sure it's coming to the PlayStation 4 next month, and that extra little bit of horsepower that the PlayStation has maybe will make the game run that little bit smoother on than on the Xbox. And also the fact that there's 70 million potential PlayStation 4 players to buy the game. So really full lobbies, lots of new people who haven't played the game before, and maybe even there will be a little bit of crossplay. That would be exciting, wouldn't it? But I don't know. We'll have to see if Sony plays ball in the same way that they played ball with Fortnite. Anyway, that's enough from me. If you enjoyed the video, obviously hit like, subscribe, something more of the same, and yeah, I'll see you again soon.